Soft ambient pad fades, and tonight, let your mind drift into the golden dawn of ancient China, into the age of poets, emperors, scholars, warriors, a world where moonlit palaces shimmered above rivers, and silk caravans crossed the endless desert. This is the entire soothing history of the Tang Dynasty, one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. So relax your breathing, let your shoulders fall, and float back in time with me. Long before the Tang Dynasty rose, China had endured centuries of shifting dynasties, war, rebuilding, and renewal. The Sui dynasty had recently united the land, building the Grand Canal, connecting the north and south, creating the foundation for a new golden age. But the Sui burned too brightly, too fast. Heavy taxes, massive construction projects, and exhausting military campaigns led to rebellion. From those flames, a new ruler slowly emerged. Li Yuan, the man who would become Gaozu, founder of the Tang. Imagine the smell of incense curling through palace halls, the rustling of silk robes, officials whispering of change. A new dynasty was coming. In 618 CE, Li Yuan declared himself emperor. The Tang dynasty was born. The capital, Chang'an, became the beating heart of the world. A city of broad avenues, towering gates, marketplaces filled with spices, glass, horses, fabrics, and music from every corner of Eurasia. At night, lanterns flickered through the long corridors. Merchants from Persia and India drank warm tea in roadside taverns, and poets wandered the streets, searching for inspiration. Peace was returning, and with it, prosperity. But it was Li Yuan's son, Taizong, who truly shaped the golden age. Taizong was wise, patient, and brilliant. He welcomed honest criticism, rewarded talent, and believed a ruler should listen more than he commanded. Taizong rebuilt administrative systems, strengthened the borders, opened the empire to trade, and encouraged art, music, poetry, and learning. Under his steady hands, China blossomed. Imagine court scholars, scrolls piled beside them, paintbrushes gliding gently across silk, golden light pouring into the hall of state. It was a serene and balanced world. The Tang military, disciplined, well-equipped, and expertly trained, extended Chinese influence across Asia. The empire reached deep into Central Asia, touching the edges of Persia. Silk Road cities welcomed Tang ambassadors. Turkic tribes pledged loyalty. Buddhist monks traveled safely across borders, carrying teachings, texts, and stories from distant lands. In this era, Chang'an was the center of Earth's cultures, a place where Greek art, Persian steel, Indian music, and Arabian astronomy met Chinese brilliance. The Tang dynasty was truly global. During the Tang era, poetry wasn't just literature, it was life. Commoners wrote poems, soldiers wrote poems, paupers wrote poems, even emperors wrote poems. The great poets Li Bai and Du Fu wandered taverns, mountains, and riverbanks, capturing the soul of the age. Imagine the quiet sound of a brush, dragging through ink, the fresh smell of bamboo paper, a poet sitting beside a moonlit lake. As cranes glide above the water, the Tang world was painted in soft colors, gold, jade, and pale blue. It was an age of beauty. Chapter 6, Empress Wu Zetian. Among the most remarkable figures was Wu Zetian, the only woman in Chinese history to rule as emperor in her own name. Calm, intelligent, and politically unmatched, she strengthened the state, expanded examinations, and promoted scholars based on merit rather than birth. Under her leadership, the arts flourished, Buddhism gained great influence, and the empire thrived. Her rule remains one of the most debated, yet most impressive chapters of Chinese history. The reign of Emperor Xuanzong is often seen as the very height of Tang brilliance. His court was filled with musicians, poets, dancers, thinkers, and inventors. Here, silk workshops hummed quietly, Perfumes drifted through palace gardens. Musicians played soft people melodies. Under the evening sky, Xuanzong's beloved consort, Yang Guifei, became the symbol of Tang elegance and beauty. The empire glowed like a lantern at midnight, but even lanterns eventually fade. In 755 CE, a powerful general named Lushan rose against the Tang court. What followed was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. Cities burned, palaces emptied, millions fled into the countryside. The rebellion lasted years, shaking the empire to its core. Although the Tang eventually restored order, the Golden Age had dimmed. The empire was now different, strong but scarred, yet even in hardship. Over time, regional military governors gained power. The central government weakened, wealth shifted, corruption grew, and natural disasters strained the people. Still, artistic life did not disappear. Painters captured mountain mists and winding rivers. Poets described the sadness of passing ages. Monks translated important Buddhist texts, preserving them for centuries. The empire endured gracefully, even as it grew old. By the early 900s, rebellions and warlords broke the empire apart. In 907 CE, the last Tang emperor abdicated. The dynasty had ended, but its influence never faded. It shaped East Asia's culture, literature, architecture, government, and thought for more than 1,000 years. The Tang Dynasty remains a symbol of poetry, openness, power, and refined beauty, a quiet masterpiece in the long story of humanity. Now that we have walked through nearly 300 peaceful years, let your mind drift softly. Imagine a lantern floating down a quiet river, ripples spreading into the night, the laughter of poets, the glow of palace lamps, silk banners waving in the wind. Let sleep come gently, let rest find you, and let the golden world of the Tang Dynasty fade softly into your dreams. Good night.